Hello, everybody out there. Today is Friday the 13th, January 2012. Basically, on for my next vlog of the day, I've decided to try and keep this project going. We'll see how well it works here. But anyway, today I decided to come out and do this in my truck. I'm actually waiting for my wife to get off work. She should be calling me any minute now. So there might be a phone ringing going on in this video. But she's working half a day today so she can go down to Columbia, Missouri with a friend of hers tomorrow and have a little ladies' day out. And they're going to leave fairly early so she doesn't want to have to deal with getting up that early after working till the full shift, I guess, getting off at 11 that. So anyway, I'm just sitting out here in the truck and basically trying to keep myself warm as best I can. I have my little propane heater over there. I decided to fire up. That's what I carry for the winter time. Winter's actually here finally in Iowa. It's definitely cold. There's snow out on the ground, all that good stuff. I carry my also the bag in the back there. That's what I call my winter survival bag. It has a set of coveralls, some extra gloves, some extra socks, some little breakable heat packs, those little things you can put in your pockets and whatnot. It also has a sleeping bag in it, and then a handful of different kinds of food. There's some granola bars, there's some Pop-Tarts, and then there's some like mandarin oranges and some beef jerky. So you never know when you might end up needing something like that. I might actually maybe break that out sometime and do a little review on what I'd recommend putting in a kit like that for somebody. Probably won't. Who knows? I think of a lot of these things and then like I completely forget about them later, and it wouldn't be that hard to do. I just never think to go back. So if it's something you'd like to see, go ahead and send me an email or whatever, and I'll give that a try and try and get one of those put together. So basically today what we got going on is just I was talking to my mom a little bit before I headed out here, and she's kind of in the market for another car. She's got an old Toyota 4Runner she's been driving for quite a while. It's got 250,000 miles, something like that on it. I bought it number of years ago to use as just a toy to play with off-road and beat up and beat on, and she kind of liked it. So I ended up after using it for a weekend of doing that, I went ahead and transferred it to her name, and she's been driving it now for going on like 4 years, I think it's been. And I can't imagine that thing would ever last that long, and it's just thing keeps just chugging right in there. We put all new brakes around it. We did new windshield wipers. I put in a couple tail lights, or license plate lights, I guess. I had to rework those, and then it had a headlight burnout. I also put a battery tender on it because she didn't drive it very often there for quite a while, and the battery was just draining itself dead. So put the tender on it, and now I don't think she used the tender at all because she drives pretty much every day and stuff. Seems like she goes somewhere in it. On the long weekend, because she works a swing shift, she will usually plug it in if she's going to be sitting there for 3 days without driving it. So she'll plug it in for the 3 days. Probably isn't needed, but it's just one of those things. It's just better to have it and not need it than it is to need it and not have it. So I've got a really nice little setup of her garage. The cord hangs down, just kind of drifts down the middle of her garage, right where the front fender lands, and she can just plug it in right there, and it's super easy to do, and you don't have to worry about nothing. I also tell her I put a little fake plug on the end of it to cover up the extension cord part sticking out of underneath the hood, so it doesn't get so much corrosion on it, salt and whatnot. And I tell her to lay that in her driver's seat so she can't drive off and leave it plugged into the wall. So the angle I've got it set up the way it comes out the hood, I think it would actually unplug itself pretty easy, which is kind of took me quite a while to design that, where I thought if she did back out without unplugging it, or if somebody else borrowed her vehicle, like my brother or something like that, one other stuff, it would definitely be something that I was hoping he couldn't rip it down the wall or break the actual unit on the Toyota. So they're right there, but we went ahead and I found her a super cheap car, because a couple cars I've been looking at getting for her. She doesn't think she wants to spend much money. More than happy to pay for a good chunk of it, or even all of it for that matter, but she's putting me off and doesn't want me to do that. So it's kind of one of those things that, what can you do? But I mean, the Toyota still starts and runs and gets her where she needs to go, and she never leaves town on her own with the vehicle. So she takes one of mine, or usually I'm driving her, or her sister's taking her somewhere. She's not a big fan of driving, but found her a super cheap car out of Des Moines for $650, and like she said, what's wrong with it? Has to have something wrong with it, because right now scrap steel prices are up, and hell, that car is probably worth $375 to $400 just to the scrap weight. So it's hard telling what the deal with that is, but she's kind of said she doesn't really want to get it, but then she said she might look at it now, and who knows and whatnot. So I'm just trying to find her something low mileage. I don't care if it's ugly, whatever, for like a granny car, like an old Diplomat or something like that. I just want something that's dependable for her. It's all I'm really after. So Anyway, I guess this is going on the 5-minute mark, and I've been rambling on here long enough. Like I said, this is Friday the 13th, and I think I'm going to go ahead and basically, my wife's getting off early, like I said, so we're going to go home and maybe put in a scary movie. I've made some really good hamburgers and stuff. Actually, they're taco burgers, I guess. We got some leftovers of those we'll probably eat, and then I picked up some other supplies, and we'll have ourselves a nice little, kind of a late dinner, I guess you want to call it, and probably watch something scary and see what happens. So anyway, go ahead and feel free to click that subscribe button right up top there, and have yourself a safe and wonderful day.